in, and that's for sure. I'm never giving a fuck, I'm never giving a fuck. It's West Coast, throw it up, never giving a fuck. And you know, it's Creep Show.
You gonna get up, buddy? Get up. I just dropped my little dude off at daycare. Typical daily routine to get him to daycare in the morning. One of the things I've been striving for is having an earlier drop off. However, I'm usually up working until about 2, sometimes 3 a.m. in the morning, and getting that sleep in is a little difficult, which really pushes back my drop off time. And so last night, as usual, for whatever reason, my little dude, he likes to sleep in his bed for a couple hours, but then starts shuffling around, and usually around 1 a.m., 1:30, he wants to sneak back into our bed and sleep there for the rest of the night, which fortunately enough, he actually sleeps. It's a habit that we're trying to break. It's a habit that I started, guilty of that, trying to break that habit, so he doesn't get so used to sleeping in our bed as opposed to sleeping in his own. So right now, heading to run a couple of errands. It's something that I don't particularly enjoy because it's downtime, and I very much dislike downtime. I try to make sure that everything that I do is billable, especially working on client work or new business, making sure those billables are flowing. So, but it's a part of entrepreneurship. It's part of my day-to-day and the biz grind, running errands, picking up stuff, doing some supply shopping, things like that. Those are essential things, unfortunately. And one of the things that I've been thinking about is potentially having an assistant that could do some of those minor things, so I can focus my attention on the billables, new business, and building my startup. It's a little cloudy out, but it's like 67 degrees. Nothing like 70-degree weather in a February, right? Especially in the Midwest, when it's supposed to be about 20 degrees right now, and probably snow and ice and whatnot else. But I just finished my first errand and moving on with the rest of the day. One more errand to run to the bank, and finally, hopefully, at home to get some work done. It's been a while since I've been to Best Buy. Going to check out the DJI Osmo Mobile gimbal stabilizer, so I can get it to do some more vlogging, see how it goes. And there it is, the DJI Osmo Mobile gimbal stabilizer. Pretty excited to dig into this puppy and start doing some more high quality vlogging. All right, here we go. Gonna do an official unboxing. So let's take the bag off here real quick. Receipt, don't forget that. Slide that outside of the box. So the packaging of DJI Osmo Mobile Gizmo. I think I'm saying that correctly. The packaging is superb. As you can see, it resembles Apple packaging a little bit, which I'm a huge fan of. So clean, so yet so efficient. So I'm going to cut up the packaging next. Let's see. Cut the plastic. Love the box, by the way. The imagery really sharp on the front. All the creative, very well done. Let's see, it's got both sides to open. Let's open it up. Let's see. Should just slide out. Let's try it again. There it is. Open the box. Very nice. Okay, here's the inside of the box. So here's the instructions of that. Oops. The instructions. The instruction manual. Osmo Shield. There's that. And the actual swivel. I think that's the battery, maybe? Nope. That is the USB charger for that. Let's see. That is, yes, that is the battery. That is the carrier. Got a cap here, or yep, that looks like a cap. I think this right here is the carrying case for it. Yep. There it is. Alright. Gonna get this bad boy set up and get things going. So the gimbal is still charging. As you can see, the light is flashing on there, and quite honestly, this startup guide doesn't say anything about charging time. Let's see. Fully charge the battery before using it for the first time. To activate it, otherwise the gimbal will not work. Let's see. 3 hours on charging 1A. Maximum supported USB charging, current 2.1 max runtime. Oh shit. I guess it's going to be about 3 hours. So, I might get to use it today, but hopefully tomorrow. The one thing that most people are chasing nowadays is a paycheck, money. And that's the reality of things. So when it comes to business specifically, is the ROI of giving a fuck is basically the ROI of showing that you care. And care is the best marketing, the best business tactic out there. I don't think ever it'll be supplemented with anything else. So if you genuinely care and give a shit about your customers, if you care about the product or the service that you provide to them, that will reciprocate. It might take some time, but it'll reciprocate because people remember that and people appreciate that attention to detail. There's actually a book out on Steve Jobs. There's actually several on Steve Jobs and the life of Steve Jobs. And one of the things that the book really emphasizes upon is the attention of detail that Steve Jobs put forth towards Apple products, and ultimately contributing to the development of what Apple as a company is today and for what it stands and what it represents. So my point being is that Steve Jobs spent a valiant amount of time with attention to detail to his products during the product development phase and making sure that it reached a level of perfection. And he was known to be a perfectionist too by many people. As a matter of fact, he was criticized quite often for being perfectionist or being even an OCD to say as much about that. So my point being is that whether you have a product or a service, or you're trying to build a business, is the ROI of giving a fuck is unlimited, which means that the more you care, the more you genuinely care about satisfying the needs of the people you work with. And this is particularly true also in life, in general, with relationship building. The more you care, the more that will reciprocate to you. And having no expectations in return is another thing as well. So don't expect anything in return, So showing that you give a fuck, that you care, is probably one of the best business tactics and marketing techniques that I can share with you, and I can advise you to follow on. And to be honest, that is giving a fuck, really genuinely giving a shit about what I do personally in my business. As a matter of fact, that's helped me grow my business. And I believe that in 2017, that will prove to be even more true than ever before, because I give a fuck. So the ROI of giving a fuck is unlimited. It could be 1,000%, 10,000%. The reality of it is that you have to show people that you care. A lot of people try to wing shit and just try to get by, especially in business, trying to make money, walk away with a paycheck, and that's it. You're done. So that was one of the things that I want to talk about in this episode, and really emphasize the importance about giving a fuck, because it matters. DJI Mobile, it's following me around, and it is 60 degrees. Let's see, I turn my head. Is it gonna follow me? Nope. I turn my head a little bit, so it's about 60 degrees outside, and I decided to come out and take a quick walk. The one thing that I don't like about the DJI Go Mobile is the fact that I have a Mophie, so I have to take off my Mophie and put the phone down so you can follow me around, because the swivel on it is not wide enough for the Mophie. Other than that, it's doing a pretty decent job of following around. As you can see, I wanted to test it out in the wild. That way I had some raw footage to test with. As you can see, I'm moving around and it is following me around. So it's doing a pretty good job. So I'm pretty excited to have this, to start doing some more proactive vlogging. The wind is starting to pick up here, so I think I might call it quits. So that was pretty much on this episode 25 of the Biz Grind. The ROI of giving a fuck.
Fuck, I'm never giving a fuck. It's West Coast, throw it up, never giving a fuck. Mrs. Screw, sipping juice, I'm alcohol induced. About to let loose, aggressive with the deuce. You call meet up on the news, there's no more fuck.